Dementia can be a very demoralizing condition, and it definitely affects confidence. So in a dementia unit, say with 30 dementia residents, then you're probably lucky if you've got one or two confident dementia residents there. Hopefully you have, because the confidence can be used to great effect in facilitating workshops if you can garner the interest and input from a dementia resident who is confident. You have to be careful though that confident dementia residents don't override and overrule other less confident dementia residents, of which there are many, because the range of ability is so vast. You may get, in a group of 8, you might get 2 or 3 that aren't speaking at all, 2 or 3 who are speaking just, a couple of words here and there, and maybe one person who's confident. So it's easy for that person to override and overrule, and that needs to be harnessed so that they don't dominate the sphere. Otherwise, other people won't be encouraged. So at the workshops that I used to take at the dementia facility, there was one such woman who was very confident, verging on overly confident. She ended up being very compassionate, kind and helpful in the end. But when she first came in, there definitely was some arrogance there and some acerbic, sharp, bitey humour, which she realised was her weakness. But as she said, she just couldn't help it. But she was a great help for the group, actually, because she inspired the other women. They could see that what was possible. I mean, before she came in, they didn't realise that you could read or that you could speak or communicate or have a discussion. They hadn't witnessed that from others that had dementia. Whereas when she came in, all of a sudden, the sky's the limit. But it really needed to be paced out very carefully, because many of the women in the group had been shut down for a long time, had very low confidence. And you have to be careful that when the person does have the courage to speak, even if it's just 1 or 2 words, they need to be encouraged and supported in that, and not to be berated or belittled. Because if they are, they'll just withdraw back into their dementia cave, and they just may not come out again or want to make the effort again. So because this woman could be a bit abrasive, it had to be handled very carefully with the other women. But in time, actually, because of the socialisation with other women in the group, especially another school teacher who she made friends with, who was empathetic, kind and very insightful. She had high emotional intelligence, and this more abrasive woman actually admired her, learnt from her, and started to make the effort to be more tolerant of the less able. And the workshops that we ran as well were on these topics, so that of course helped bring these topics into the open. So when a less able dementia resident spoke in the workshops, the floor was theirs. Nothing else was able to override, and whatever they had said, say maybe it was something like a sunny day today, then all the conversation would go towards that topic about the sunshine and how lovely it was that they'd brought up that topic of the sunshine. And then the whole workshop would be about sunshine, referring back to that person having initiated the topic and praising them for their contribution, for bringing about this aspect of summer and sunshine and summer holidays and whatever else on sunshine we could think about to talk about. It's actually a fantastic topic, weather and sunshine especially, because everyone loves sunshine and summer holidays, and going back to past memory and all those beautiful summer holidays with this glorious sunshine by the beach are often the strongest, most powerful memories to be able to access. So if a person has brought up the topic of sunshine, they can get a lot of credence from just saying those couple of words. And it doesn't take long. Once a person has dared to speak once and give forward their opinion, whether it's about the weather or whatever, dared to give their opinion once, twice, thrice. It doesn't take much after that to get it moving, but it's just that first lot of communication that can be quite difficult to get going. Now, in terms of how confident women help others, so yes, they help with inspiring other women to speak, inspiring other women to read. When they can see confident women in dementia facilities love reading, or the woman that I worked with did, encouraging others to read. So this same woman who came in that was very bright and sparkly, she became the librarian for the unit. She loved books, she loved socializing, she was very friendly and witty. She was the perfect librarian. So when relatives came in generously with piles of magazines of whatever flavour of the month, everything was appreciated, no matter what the vintage, as long as it had a photo of the Queen on the front, Prince Philip, maybe Harry and Meghan, then you're set with that. So she'd just take around these magazines like an air hostess, and she loved it, that little role as a librarian. And the women did too. And then she'd gather them up at the end of the day and put them back in the cupboard. So her confidence really, really sparked the unit in a big way, plus her socialisation. That's the big thing. Confident women are social, tend to be. And you want social women in dementia units because you want to facilitate friendliness. If you've got a confident friend, a confident female friend in a dementia unit, you're halfway there, because her friends become your friends if she's your friend. If you're at the dining table and she knows everyone at the table and you're her new friend, then automatically you'll be included in with that new set of women. So it means you're not isolated, you're not lonely, you're not down, you've got communication, you've got friendship, you're part of the group. So this is the way that if a confident woman is social and inclusive in her socialization, that really is a fantastic thing to be encouraged in a dementia unit, because it means that a lot of women who would otherwise be lonely can be included in the set. And they don't have to be, the best friends of the social confident woman, but they can be on the outer rim, and still they get a lot of flow-on effect from that socialization. And indeed that is the case in dementia units. I mean, not everyone makes a best friend. Probably the minority actually make a best friend in a dementia unit, because it's very hard to make a good friend when you get older. But to be part of the group, to be friendly with the group, friends in the group, that all the group is are your friends. That's really how it became the main theme at the dementia unit, was that you were friendly with everyone, and including the less able actually. So rather than having a specific friend that you were with all day, though that happened on occasions, it was more friendliness with the wider group and being friendly with everyone that was the main theme. And it's very healthy actually, because it means that there's no sort of separation or division or you, us and them. It's really a lovely inclusive situation where, everyone knows that it's difficult having dementia. All residents know how difficult it is having dementia, and living in a place that they do, it's all very difficult. So they're there to support each other, and those that are more able, more social, and have more ability and confidence are the ones that are able to help the more depressed ones or the more anxious ones, and to bring them into the fray and get that support from each other. So I've written about all these topics in the two books, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise, both from a dementia unit, and they're on Amazon and my website, pietavalentine.com. Ebooks got popular, and soft copy and hard copy. So if you're a reader, I suggest that you will enjoy those books. They're good, happy reading. So thank you for your comments and likes, and please subscribe. Thank you.